Hello everyone, this is Patricia, and I'm here in Minto, New Brunswick. I am headed on to Lower Haynesville, New Brunswick. Right now I'm at, I'm going to say 032 kilometers, but 128,032 kilometers. So I'm going to see how far it is from here. I've already driven about 5 kilometers or so, and so I'm going to a family reunion. There's only a few older people left, so a cousin of mine and her daughter decided they would put this on. So that's where I'm going today, and I just thought you'd like to come along for part of the drive, and we could talk. And I also have to pay attention, right? So we could talk, and maybe today it's raining again, which we need. We had some yesterday and today and overnight, I guess, and it's not raining hard, but it's raining, and it says 30% for the rest of the day, but the meteorologist today, not many times do they get it right. So anyway, I'm going to the family reunion. It's called the Newman and Webb family reunion. My mother was a Newman and my father was a Webb. So that's where I'm headed today. I believe my oldest daughter is coming. My youngest daughter has company coming today, so she can't go. And my son is like another 150 miles away, so I don't believe he'll come. He'll surprise me if he does. But anyway, who can come will come, and there is people. There's an uncle from British Columbia here. There's an aunt and uncle from Keswick, Ontario here. There is an aunt from Alberta in Calgary here, and then her grandchild from Ottawa here. Her son from Calgary's here. I have a cousin from Ontario here. Her mom passed away in February. Let me think. And her fiance. I have cousins of my aunt and uncles that are home. They came home from Ontario as well. Is there anybody else? Oh yes, my aunt that's from Calgary, her son and his son is home. They flew in. So then we'll all just get together as cousins and nieces and nephews, and a few other aunts on my dad's side will be there, I believe, and maybe some of her children. So it will be a good day. I called yesterday to see if they needed any more supplies, and they told me they thought that they would, they'll have a lot left over. So with that being said, I didn't need to bring anything. Let me just change that a bit if I can. Oh, I better do it this way. Thank you. Oh, an ambulance. I better pull over. There we go. And so anyway, here we are. I'm just going to bypass what they call the Lakeville Corner, the way to go to Lakeville Corner, which you would find Grand Lake and some tributaries, Maquapit Lake, and anyway, so they're all that way, which is towards that direction. I'm almost to where I've taken you underneath the bridge, where the little river is. Almost there, but we're going to bypass that. And I've been thinking a lot of what I've shared with you, and a lot of those things have been very personal, and I think it's okay to share. Now, some of these people, there is some family members that do not know, and it will be a shock to them if they hear it, but maybe not a shock. It's hard to say. But I'm leaving that up to the Lord, and He will direct my path. And I wish you could see the beautiful, beautiful highway, which I've showed you maybe some before. My brother is supposed to go, and he's taking one of the youngest uncles on my mom's brothers, and I think his wife has to work today, so she won't be able to go. I'll meet my daughter there, hopefully. She hasn't called, but she told me yesterday she thought she was coming, my oldest daughter. So today I just think I will maybe share some of my childhood. I went and did my GED. I'll just say this. I quit school in grade 12. I got married when I was 18, and I had skipped a grade. So I went to school in grade. I was married, but I was going to school, and the school would have been done that June. I got married in April of 72. And I went back to school for a few months, but in the meantime of going to school, when I left it, I didn't finish. I was married. I thought I don't need to do that. But years later, when my daughter was about 10 or so, I went and purchased a couple of GED books where they'll tell you math and physiology and a lot of different English and things like that, and a lot of the math I didn't have a clue, but I bought 2 of the same textbooks. And I went through those 2 textbooks and went through the math in those 2 textbooks. Thank goodness. And anyway, I went and did my GED, and the final exam was on written composition. And the male teacher, or whoever was looking after this class at the university, passed us all out a sheet of paper, which would have been, some may have got the same ones and some would have got different. Well, lo and behold, I got the one that said, pick a time in your childhood that brings back memories or good times. Now, I was the last one sitting in my class, and you have a time limit to write this essay, whatever it was called, composition. Had to be 1,000 words, I believe, or more. You had to have it written in, you had to put down the following steps that you're going to write on, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I'm umming. And my mind went blank. And I mean my mind went blank. I couldn't think of a time. All I could think of was how painful, not painful, how hurt I was, how ridiculous rejected I felt, how I didn't feel loved. I was loved, but I didn't feel it. Just, I couldn't get it through my head. Why I didn't think I couldn't tell a story, which I'm sure other people did with whatever task they were given to write about. But like I said, I was the last one in that class. And I thought, oh, goodness gracious, I'm going to fail it. I'm not going to get it completed. And you know what? And do you know what I wrote about? Do you know a good time in my life? Across from our home, across the highway, not a highway, well, it is. It's a road. It's not like a big city highway. It's just one car goes this way, one car goes that way. And we lived alongside of a hydro line. So the hydro line crossed the road as well from where we lived. And you went down a hill, up a hill. At the foot of that hill, we could carry water until it got, we would have to dig it out. So there was another place where we had to carry water. But that being said, you go across the road, you go downhill, and then you can go right back up over another hill. And in the wintertime, that used to be a beautiful place where all of us cousins and children in the area would slide. Now, we never had the best of boots. If you remember back 60 years ago, we had little boots that had the flap that came across the front and hooked onto something. And that's what we wore on our feet, over shoes. Or a bunch of socks. Wasn't warm, but we had fun. We didn't have snow pants, but we had fun. We got all wet and things like that. There was a great big rock at the very end of it, which always frightened me, figuring I would strike that rock coming down the hill. And I don't think many struck it. Like if they did, they didn't get hurt because they struck it. They got all jumped off or something. But anyway, that is what I wrote about. And to this day, I remember how that felt. Now, you can probably think of the most beautiful day or a happy day in your childhood. Now, I could have written about my mom when she left my dad with 6 children because it was necessary for her to do so. She would play hopscotch. She would play skip a rope. She would do all those things with us. And she would laugh. Like I said, she was only 31, 32 years old at that time when she left him. And, but it was fun with my mom. And why I didn't choose that time, because all of us siblings were there. All 6 of us. And it was before my sister passed, so it was a very happy time. Anyway, that's one story. And by the way, I passed everything. They don't tell you what your marks are. They just tell you that you passed. And so I was so happy that I learned, because the math part of it, like a lot of the trigonometry and algebra, like I can do A plus B plus this equals whatever, or something time, whatever. I can do all that most times, but this was oh so different, things I had never taken. So anyway, I learned that in those two books that I had read and read. So that's just a little bit of a story that I just thought I'd share with you, because we all face different situations, don't we? And we don't know what to do. Well, that was a little bit of a kerfunkle for me, and I just did not know what I should do, and if I was going to pass it, or things like that. There's a few cars behind me. I am going to pull over and let these guys go by, and then I will say a proper goodbye to you. And wish the best of days to you, and enjoy every moment of every day. And with your grandchildren and children, love them with all of your heart, with all of your soul, but love the Lord with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love your neighbor as yourself, and be kind to one another, and just be good. Have a great and wonderful day. Enjoy your family, and you have